Although there was an earthquake in Haiti in 2010, most people would imagine, I think, that the children in institutions are there because of the earthquake. That's not actually the case. There are many, many orphanages that were set up as a result of the earthquake, but once they're set up, essentially they're drawing in children who are poor rather than children who are orphaned. And this has been borne out by the government's own research, which shows that most of the children have got living parents. The children in institutions in Haiti range from babies right the way up to 18 and over 18 young people who perhaps have nowhere else to go because they've spent all their life or much of their life in the institution, and the relationships with the families have broken down. They are there predominantly because of poverty. I've been into institutions where the directors tell you that they actively discourage the parents from coming to visit the children, and so they are not maintaining relationships with the families. But it's very clear that the kids are missing their families and missing the opportunity to interact with an adult or a parent the way they would normally. We get those sorts of clingy behaviours from the children, so indiscriminate affection, children coming up and wanting to hug you even though you're a stranger, and so they should be aware that it's not a good idea. And that, of course, then makes the children very vulnerable to trafficking, because these are children who are desperate for love and affection. It's very easy for someone to come along and offer some love and affection, but in exchange for something untoward. Our experience so far, and it's only anecdotal evidence so far, is that most of the families want their children, and that the predominant reason for putting the child in an institution is either that they needed some medical care that the family couldn't afford, because there's no free healthcare at the moment in Haiti, or because they couldn't afford school fees for their child, or just absolute grinding poverty and an inability to feed them. In Haiti, the anecdotal evidence we have so far suggests that to keep a child at home in their family costs about 6 to 10 times less than keeping them in an institution where the conditions are poor and the outcomes for the children are dire. It's very encouraging that the government has been extremely responsive to Lumos coming to Haiti, and there is clearly a political will to try and address the issue of children in institutions. Very strong will from the government to say that children should be in Haitian families, and that services and systems need to be put in place to make that happen. We've been working with the government on two key areas. The first is emergency assistance in a couple of institutions where there is some very serious concerns about the safety and well-being of the children. And the second is working with the government on planning the long-term solutions so that by 2030 there will be no more children in institutions in Haiti.